In the heart of Silicon Valley, amidst the hum of coding and the click of keyboards, a new philosophy was emerging one pixel at a time. It was here, in this cradle of innovation, that Jordan Tam found a way to weave ancient wisdom into the fabric of the digital age, creating a tapestry both vibrant and vital. His journey was not just one of technological achievement, but a quest for moral grounding in a world often criticized for its lack of humanity. Jordan, a software developer by trade and a philosopher at heart, had stumbled upon the teachings of Confucius during a challenging period in his life. The ancient texts, with their emphasis on virtue, morality, and the importance of relationships, offered him a beacon of light. The story begins on a typical Monday morning, with Jordan sifting through lines of code, seeking solutions to problems yet unsolved. But beneath the surface of this routine, a profound transformation was underway. Jordan had begun to apply the principles of Confucianism to his work and personal life, finding in them a source of both inspiration and guidance. The concept of li, often translated as propriety or the right way of doing things, resonated deeply with him. He saw in it not just a moral guideline, but a principle that could enhance the creative and collaborative processes inherent to software development. As Jordan's understanding of Confucian principles deepened, he began to see the parallels between the ancient philosophy and the modern world. The diversity of love, a cornerstone of Confucian thought, mirrored the diverse needs and preferences of users interacting with technology. Moral intuition, another key concept, guided him in making ethical decisions in a realm where the consequences of one's actions were magnified by the scale of the internet. And in the conscientious development of user-friendly software, Jordan found a practical application of virtue ethics. But it was in the realm of team dynamics and leadership that Jordan found the most profound applications of his newfound wisdom. He embraced the Confucian emphasis on moral humility, recognizing the importance of self-awareness and modesty in guiding his team. Educational aspects of Confucius's teachings inspired him to foster a culture of continuous learning and improvement, while the distinction between intellectual and practical virtues guided his approach to problem-solving and innovation. As Jordan shared his insights with his colleagues, a transformation began to take hold within the company. The principles of generalism and particularism in morality helped navigate the complexities of ethical decision-making, ensuring that actions were grounded in a deep understanding of the specific context. The integration of ethics and ontology, a hallmark of Confucian philosophy, provided a framework for reflecting on the nature of being and the impact of technology on human life. The story of Jordan Tam and his journey of philosophical discovery is a testament to the timeless relevance of Confucianism. In a world where the boundaries between the virtual and the real are increasingly blurred, his experience offers a beacon of hope. It reminds us that, even in the age of algorithms and artificial intelligence, the ancient wisdom of Confucius can guide us towards a more ethical, humane, and connected society. Philosophy in Pixels. Confucianism for the digital age is not just a story of one man's enlightenment. It is a call to action, an invitation to explore the rich tapestry of ancient wisdom and its applications in the modern world. In the pixels of our digital landscapes, we find the potential for a new kind of morality, one that respects the diversity of human experience and seeks to cultivate virtue in every line of code. In the bustling heart of the modern world, where the pace of life quickens and the clamor of the digital age grows louder with each passing day, there emerges a tale that bridges millennia, a narrative that reimagines ancient wisdom for contemporary souls. This is the story of the animated path to virtue, Confucianism reimagined for today, a tale that embarks on a journey through the prism of Confucian philosophy, recast in the vibrant hues of the present. Our tale opens in the serene expanse of a lush, verdant garden, a stark contrast to the surrounding urban sprawl. Here, amidst the whispering leaves and the gentle caress of the breeze, we meet Lin, a young protagonist whose life is a testament to the trials and tribulations of the modern age. Lin, like many of us, grapples with the ceaseless quest for meaning amidst the cacophony of societal expectations and the relentless pursuit of success. It is in this garden, a place that seems untouched by time, that Lin encounters the sage, an embodiment of Confucian wisdom, whose teachings are about to illuminate Lin's path. As their conversations unfold beneath the ancient boughs, the sage introduces Lin to the diversity of love, explaining how Confucian tradition recognizes the myriad forms and expressions of love that enrich our lives. Through tales that span the ages, Lin learns of the moral intuition that guides us, like an inner compass, toward understanding and practicing morality in our daily interactions. The sage speaks of Li as life-generating activity, illustrating how this principle of ritual and respect for societal norms is not a rigid framework but a dynamic, life-affirming art. With each lesson, Lin is drawn deeper into the ethos of Confucian thought, encountering the virtues of moral humility, which teaches the importance of modesty and self-awareness, and conscientiousness, the diligent care for one's moral life. The sage, through stories that resonate with Lin's experiences, shows how these ancient tenets are not relics of the past but vital, living principles that can guide us in the contemporary world. In practical terms, Lin is introduced to the practical application of virtue ethics, seeing firsthand how Confucianism is not merely a philosophical doctrine but a way of life that emphasizes the day-to-day living out of virtues. The significance of education, both formal and through the lessons of life, is highlighted as essential for moral development and social harmony, bridging the gap between intellectual and practical virtues. As Lin's journey with the sage progresses, they explore the realms of generalism and particularism in morality, navigating the complex interplay between universal principles and the particulars of individual circumstances. Lin learns that the essence of Confucian ethics is not about adhering to a rigid set of rules, but about finding the right course of action that harmonizes personal integrity with the welfare of others. The narrative weaves through these philosophical explorations with skillful deployment of idioms and real-life samples, enriching the tapestry of the story and deepening the connection with the audience. Lin's journey is a mirror to our own, reflecting the challenges and aspirations that define the human experience. As our tale draws to a close, Lin stands at the threshold of a new understanding, gazing out at the garden that once seemed so ordinary yet now pulses with the profound rhythms of life and virtue. The animated path to virtue, Confucianism reimagined for today, culminates in an impactful close that leaves us pondering the timeless relevance of Confucian wisdom and its power to guide us through the complexities of modern existence. In the end, this story is more than a narrative. It is an invitation to embark on our own journey of self-discovery and moral growth, inspired by the rich heritage of Confucian philosophy. It is a testament to the enduring power of ancient wisdom to illuminate the path to virtue in our times, a beacon of hope and guidance in the turbulent seas of the modern world. In a world increasingly driven by digital narratives, an old yet enduring philosophy finds new life in the animated stories we cherish. Wisdom in Motion, exploring Confucian ideals through animation, delves into how ancient Chinese philosophy, particularly Confucianism, breathes life into modern storytelling, weaving ethical, moral, and emotional fibers into the fabric of animated tales that resonate across ages and cultures. At the heart of Confucian philosophy lies the diversity of love, a concept that animation studios around the globe have adeptly mirrored in their creations. Whether it's the familial love in Finding Nemo, the romantic love in Beauty and the Beast, or the love of friendship in Toy Story, each story echoes the Confucian belief in the multifaceted nature of love and its essential role in human relations. Confucianism places great importance on moral intuition, suggesting that the understanding and practice of morality come from an inner sense of right and wrong. This notion is vividly brought to life in characters like Po from Kung Fu Panda, whose journey from clumsy panda to the dragon warrior is guided by his inherent goodness and intuitive understanding of his destiny. His path is not dictated by rigid rules but by a moral compass that directs him to his ultimate purpose. Li, or the principle of ritual and proper conduct, transcends its traditional boundaries to become a life-generating activity in animations. It's seen in the way characters like Elsa from Frozen learn to control her powers and use them responsibly. Her journey from isolation to embracing her role as a leader embodies the transformation that Li envisages, a movement towards harmony and the collective good through personal growth and understanding. Moral humility and conscientiousness are traits often embodied by animated heroes who do not seek glory but rather to fulfill a greater purpose. Characters such as Mulan, who disguises herself as a man to save her father and serve her country, embody the Confucian ethos of modesty, duty, and diligence. Her actions are not for personal gain, but are driven by a deep sense of responsibility and care for her family and community. The practical application of virtue ethics in Confucianism is mirrored in the day-to-day adventures and decisions of characters in animated tales. They teach viewers, especially children, about the importance of virtues like honesty, kindness, and courage through their actions, and the consequences that follow. This aligns with the Confucian view that moral development is an ongoing process, strengthened through education and the cultivation of good habits. Confucianism's emphasis on education and the development of both intellectual and practical virtues finds a parallel in the narratives of animations that encourage viewers to think critically and act ethically. Educational aspects are woven into stories that challenge the mind and inspire the heart, encouraging a holistic development of character in the audience. The interplay of generalism and particularism in morality, a tension explored in Confucian thought, is reflected in the diverse settings and characters of animation. These stories teach that while ethical principles may be universal, their application must consider the particularities of each situation, a lesson that enriches the moral imagination of viewers. Lastly, the merging of ethics and ontology in Confucian philosophy, where the cultivation of virtue is seen as central to the nature of being and living a fulfilling life, resonates with the transformative journeys characters undergo in animated stories. Through their adventures, missteps, and growth, they illustrate that being virtuous is not merely about adhering to a set of rules, but about becoming one's best self for the sake of others. In conclusion, Wisdom in Motion reveals that the ancient ideals of Confucianism find a vibrant expression in the animated stories we hold dear. Through their rich tapestry of characters, plots, and moral lessons, animations serve as a modern canvas for timeless virtues, engaging the heart, mind, and soul in a celebration of wisdom that moves with us, within us, and beyond us. In the heart of a bustling city, amidst the cacophony of daily life, there lay an unassuming bookstore, owned by Elliot, a master raconteur whose passion for stories knew no bounds. This bookstore was a sanctuary for those seeking solace in the pages of a book. Yet, Elliot yearned to share something more profound than just printed words. Inspired by the ancient wisdom of Confucian philosophy, he embarked on a unique journey to bring these teachings to life through the art of animation. Elliot's project, titled Beyond the Books, the animated guide to Confucian philosophy, was a tapestry of tales, each thread woven with the utmost care to represent the rich hues of Confucian thought. The series began with a narrative deeply rooted in the diversity of love, showcasing the spectrum of affection from familial bonds to the respect between friends. Elliot's unmatched narrative ability shone brightly as he crafted stories that resonated with viewers, reminding them of love's multifaceted presence in their lives. As the series progressed, Elliot skillfully applied Confucian principles to his storytelling. He introduced characters that embodied moral intuition, illustrating how intuition guides us in understanding and practicing morality. Through the adventures of these characters, Elliot highlighted the importance of Li as a life-generating activity, an ontological articulation of love as good, breathing life into the ancient concept and making it accessible to a modern audience. With a flair for integrating real-life samples, Elliot's tales were grounded in everyday scenarios. One episode depicted a young artist grappling with moral humility, learning the value of modesty and self-awareness through her interactions with a wise mentor. This mentor, a character inspired by Confucian thought, emphasized the virtue of conscientiousness, urging the artist to be diligent and careful in her moral life. Elliot's skillful deployment of idioms added depth to the narrative. Phrases like "a stitch in time saves nine" were cleverly used to convey the practical application of virtue ethics, illustrating how small, timely actions can prevent larger problems, a concept deeply rooted in Confucianism. The series also delved into the educational aspects of Confucian thought, portraying a school where the curriculum was based on moral development and social harmony. Here, students learned the difference between intellectual versus practical virtues, engaging in activities that fostered both their minds and their ability to act virtuously. In a particularly poignant episode, Eliot explored the tension between generalism and particularism in morality. Through a narrative that followed a community leader faced with a moral dilemma, viewers were invited to reflect on the balance between universal principles and the specifics of individual cases. As Beyond the Books reached its climax, it merged ethics and ontology in a story arc that questioned the nature of being and the cultivation of virtue. Characters embarked on a journey of self-discovery, learning that to cultivate virtue, one must first understand their own being. Eliot's animated guide was a roller coaster of emotions, an engaging opener to the rich world of Confucian philosophy, and an impactful close that left viewers contemplating their place in the tapestry of life. Crafted in approachable English, his tales were perfect for translation into speech, breaking the barriers of language and culture. Through Beyond the Books, the animated guide to Confucian philosophy, Eliot achieved a careful balance between uniqueness and listener engagement, respecting copyright rules while producing narratives that were substantial yet digestible. His pioneering work not only brought ancient wisdom to a contemporary audience but also reminded us of the enduring power of storytelling in imparting life's most valuable lessons. In the realm of animation, a world bound only by the limits of imagination, the ancient wisdom of Confucian philosophy finds a new canvas. At the heart of this exploration is the interplay of Confucian teachings with the vibrant, dynamic world of animated storytelling, where moral intuition and the diversity of love transcend the traditional boundaries, bringing to life stories that resonate with audiences across the globe. The journey begins with the conception of a narrative, a process that is both an art and a science. Drawing from the wellspring of Confucian thought, the diversity of love becomes a central theme. Love in its myriad forms, whether it be the affection between friends, the bond within a family, or the respect between a teacher and a student, is portrayed not just as an emotion but as the very foundation upon which societies are built. This portrayal is carefully woven into the fabric of animation, creating characters and stories that reflect the depth and complexity of human relationships. Moral intuition, another cornerstone of Confucian philosophy, guides the development of these narratives. Characters are crafted with a moral compass that resonates with viewers, making the stories not just entertaining but also enlightening. The emphasis on Eli as a life-generating activity brings forth narratives that celebrate life's rituals and the beauty of everyday moments. These stories remind us that it is through the mundane that we often experience the profound, a principle that animation, with its ability to elevate the ordinary into the extraordinary, captures perfectly. The virtue of moral humility is portrayed through characters who, despite their flaws, strive for self-improvement and recognize their limitations. This humility makes them relatable, fostering a connection with the audience that is both deep and enduring. The conscientiousness of characters, their diligence and carefulness in their actions, further reinforces the moral underpinnings of the narrative, offering viewers a lens through which to examine their own lives. In the practical application of virtue ethics, Confucianism finds a natural ally in animation. The medium's versatility allows for the exploration of ethical dilemmas and the demonstration of virtues in action, making the ancient philosophy relevant to a contemporary audience. Educational aspects are seamlessly integrated into the narrative, with stories that not only entertain but also inform, sparking curiosity and fostering a love for learning. The distinction between intellectual and practical virtues is explored through characters whose strengths lie not just in their knowledge but in their actions. This balance between knowing and doing is a recurring theme, emphasizing the importance of wisdom in both thought and deed. Confucianism's exploration of generalism and particularism in morality is reflected in the diverse settings and characters of animated stories. These narratives navigate the tension between universal principles and the particularities of individual circumstances, inviting viewers to engage with complex ethical questions. Finally, the merging of ethics and ontology in Confucian thought is mirrored in the very essence of animation, where the creation of worlds and beings prompts reflection on the nature of existence and the cultivation of virtue. Through the medium of animation, Confucian teachings on love, morality, and virtue are not just preserved but are given new life, enlightening frames that invite viewers of all ages to reflect, learn, and grow. In crafting these narratives, the integration of real-life samples and the skillful deployment of idioms enriched the stories, adding depth and enhancing their relatability. Each tale, carefully balanced between uniqueness and listener engagement, adheres to ethical and legal guidelines, ensuring that the ancient wisdom of Confucian philosophy is shared with respect and integrity. Thus, in the artful blend of Confucian teachings with animation, we find not only entertainment but a source of wisdom that speaks to the heart of what it means to be human. Through these enlightening frames, the ancient and the modern converge, creating a tapestry of stories that inspire, educate, and transform. In the heart of ancient China, beneath the sprawling shadows of the bamboo forests and the majestic mountains, there existed a village painted with the hues of wisdom and the vibrant strokes of tradition. This village, unlike any other, was a cradle of stories and legends, all swirling around a single, monumental figure, Confucius, the sage whose teachings would transcend time and space. Our story begins on a crisp morning, as the first rays of the sun kissed the earth, awakening the village into a symphony of colors. Amidst this awakening, a young storyteller, known throughout the lands for his unmatched narrative ability, embarked on a journey. His mission was simple yet profound: to weave the ancient philosophy of Confucius into a tapestry of animated tales, each one a mirror reflecting the diverse and rich spectrum of human emotions and virtues. The first tale he spun was one of love, not the kind confined to the whispers of lovers, but a love expansive and inclusive. Drawing upon the Confucian diversity of love, our master storyteller painted a story where familial bonds strengthened the fabric of society, where respect and empathy bridged generations, and where friendship transcended the barriers of social status. In the realm of human relationships, he narrated, "Love is the thread that weaves us together in all its splendid forms." As the narrative unfolded, the storyteller skillfully integrated moral intuition into his tale, illustrating how the villagers, guided by their inner compass, navigated the complexities of life with grace and wisdom. Through idiomatic expressions like walking the path with heart and seeing with the soul's eyes, he enriched the narrative, making the ancient wisdom of Confucius resonate with the contemporary audience. Li, the life-generating activity, became the protagonist of another story. Here, rituals were not mere formalities but acts of love that nourished the roots of society, ensuring the tree of life flourished. To engage in Li, the narrator illuminated, is to dance with the cosmos, in harmony and joy. Humility and conscientiousness were woven into the fabric of every tale, painting characters who, despite their flaws, strived for moral excellence. They were the unsung heroes, their modesty a beacon of light in the darkness, their diligence the foundation upon which empires of virtue were built. Practical application of virtue ethics was not just a theme but a lived reality in these stories. Confucian philosophy came alive through characters who embodied virtues in their daily lives, transforming mundane actions into extraordinary examples of moral beauty. Education, as revered by Confucius, played a central role in these narratives. It was the key that unlocked potential, the bridge that connected the past with the future, and the light that dispelled the shadows of ignorance. The storyteller, with a masterful stroke, highlighted the balance between intellectual and practical virtues, showcasing how wisdom and action must walk hand in hand for harmony to be achieved. Through real-life examples, he brought to life the tension between generalism and particularism in morality, illustrating how the villagers navigated the complex web of ethical decisions. Confucian ethics, married with ontological considerations, provided a philosophical backdrop against which the drama of human existence unfolded. The stories, while deeply rooted in ancient wisdom, spoke to the universal quest for meaning, purpose, and connection. As the final story came to a close, the audience sat in a reflective silence, the impact of the tales echoing in their hearts. The young storyteller had not only preserved the legacy of Confucius, but had also painted it in vibrant colors, making it accessible and relevant to all. Confucius in Color, a journey through animated wisdom, thus became a beacon of enlightenment, a collection of animated tales that bridged the gap between the ancient and the modern, the sage and the seeker, the heart and the mind. Through his unparalleled narrative technique, the storyteller had crafted a masterpiece, a mosaic of stories that celebrated the timeless wisdom of Confucius and its profound relevance in the tapestry of human life. In the heart of a bustling metropolis, where the skyscrapers stretched high enough to graze the heavens, there lived a young writer named Alex. Alex had a gift, a talent for weaving stories that danced off the pages and into the hearts of those who read them. But Alex was on a quest for something more, something deeper. Inspired by the ancient teachings of Confucius, Alex embarked on a journey to infuse these age-old philosophies into the fabric of a modern narrative. The story that Alex conceived was not just any tale. It was a vibrant tapestry of life's most profound questions, painted with the vivid colors of Confucian wisdom. The protagonist, a spirited young thinker named Li, navigated the complexities of a world not unlike our own, armed with the moral compass of Confucian virtues. Li's journey was one of discovery, as the diversity of love guided her interactions with those she met. From the unconditional love for her family to the compassionate love for strangers, Li's heart was a beacon of warmth in a cold, indifferent world. Yet, it was her moral intuition that often led her to challenge societal norms, pushing the boundaries of what was considered right and wrong. In her quest, Li encountered the concept of Li as a life-generating activity, a principle that fueled her passion for making the world a better place. Whether it was through small acts of kindness or grand gestures of change, Li's life became a testament to the goodness that flowed from living a virtuous life. But humility was Li's greatest teacher. In a world that often rewarded arrogance and self-importance, Li walked a path of moral humility, always aware of her limitations and the vastness of what she didn't know. This self-awareness did not weaken her. Instead, it fortified her resolve to live conscientiously, diligently applying herself to the moral life with a practicality that was both inspiring and grounding. Li's adventures were not just about her personal growth. They were a mirror reflecting the educational aspects of Confucian thought, emphasizing the importance of learning, not just from books, but from the world and the people around her. Her story was a dialogue between intellectual and practical virtues, a narrative that championed the harmony between knowing the right thing and doing the right thing. As the tale unfolded, Alex skillfully deployed idioms and real-life samples, enriching the narrative and forging a deep connection with the readers. Phrases like "crossing the river by feeling the stones" illustrated Li's cautious yet determined approach to solving problems, while examples from history and contemporary life served as a bridge, linking ancient philosophy with the challenges and triumphs of today. The tension between generalism and particularism in morality, the dance between universal principles and situational ethics, became a central theme of Li's journey. Confucian ethics and ontology, the blending of moral discourse with the nature of being, provided a backdrop against which Li's character was sculpted. Alex's story, The Animated Analects, a modern twist on ancient ethics, was more than just a narrative. It was an invitation to explore the richness of Confucian philosophy through the lens of a contemporary story. It struck a careful balance between uniqueness and listener engagement, respecting copyright rules while delivering a tale that was substantial yet digestible. In the end, Alex achieved what they set out to do. They brought to life a story that not only entertained but also enlightened, offering readers a glimpse into the wisdom of Confucius, wrapped in a tale that resonated with the heartbeat of modern life. Through the journey of Li, Alex reminded the world of the timeless relevance of ancient ethics, proving that even in the rush of the metropolis, there is room for the soul-stirring depth of moral philosophy. In the realm of storytelling, the ancient wisdom of Confucius has often been a guiding star, illuminating paths less trodden and enriching tales with profound moral insights. Through the lens of modern cinema, these teachings find a new vessel, animating virtues on the screen in ways that resonate deeply with audiences across the globe. This phenomenon is not merely a revival of archaic philosophies, but a testament to the timeless relevance of Confucian principles in shaping narratives that captivate and educate. At the heart of Confucian philosophy lies the concept of Li, an ontological expression of love and goodness that transcends the mundane to touch upon the divine. This principle, when skillfully woven into the fabric of a story, transforms mere entertainment into life-generating activity, breathing essence into characters and plots that mirror the complexities of human morality. It's in this intricate dance of narrative and virtue that the story becomes a vessel for profound ethical discourse, inviting viewers to reflect on the essence of their being and the cultivation of virtue. The diversity of love, as recognized by Confucian tradition, offers a rich palette for character development and plot dynamics. From the filial piety that binds families to the brotherly bonds that unite friends in adversity, each form of love is a thread in the tapestry of a compelling story. This multifaceted understanding of love challenges the conventional portrayal of relationships on screen, encouraging a narrative depth that explores the nuances of human connection. Moral intuition and humility, central to Confucian thought, serve as narrative compasses, guiding characters through trials and tribulations towards enlightenment and self-awareness. These virtues, when depicted with sincerity, offer viewers a mirror to their own struggles and aspirations, fostering a sense of empathy and introspection. The conscientious application of these virtues in daily life, as advocated by Confucianism, becomes not just a narrative arc but a call to action for audiences, encouraging ethical living beyond the screen. Integrating real-life examples of Confucian virtues in action adds a layer of credibility and relatability to the narrative. When characters navigate moral dilemmas with conscientiousness and practical wisdom, they reflect the everyday heroism of individuals striving to live virtuously in a complex world. This narrative technique not only enhances audience connection but also serves as a subtle educational tool, illustrating the practical application of virtue ethics in contemporary settings. The distinction between intellectual and practical virtues in Confucian philosophy enriches character development and plot progression. By showcasing characters that embody these virtues in thought and action, the story highlights the importance of a balanced approach to moral development. This dynamic interplay between thinking and doing invites viewers to engage actively with the narrative, pondering their own moral beliefs and behaviors. In crafting narratives that draw upon Confucian teachings, the challenge lies in maintaining a balance between uniqueness and listener engagement. The aim is to present stories that are both innovative and deeply relatable, resonating with universal themes of love, morality, and personal growth. By adhering to ethical and legal guidelines, these tales uphold the integrity of the source material while offering fresh perspectives that speak to the hearts and minds of a diverse audience. Animating virtue on screen through the lens of Confucian philosophy is not merely an artistic endeavor but a moral one. It is a testament to the enduring power of ancient wisdom in addressing the ethical quandaries of the modern age. As these stories unfold, they weave a rich tapestry of human experience, inviting us to reflect on the virtues that define us and the bonds that unite us. In this way, the teachings of Confucius come to life, not as relics of the past but as beacons for the future, guiding us toward a more compassionate, reflective, and virtuous way of living. In an era where the digital landscape dominates, the timeless teachings of Confucian philosophy find a new home, transitioning gracefully from ancient scrolls to the modern screens of our ubiquitous devices. This tale isn't just about the evolution of a philosophical doctrine. It's a testament to the enduring relevance of Confucian wisdom in guiding moral and ethical conduct in today's technologically driven society. At the heart of Confucianism lies a rich tapestry of virtues, each thread representing a principle vital for the harmony and moral development of individuals and societies alike. Among these, the diversity of love, moral intuition, and the concept of Li as a life-generating activity stand out as beacons of guidance for contemporary challenges. Through engaging narratives, we explore how these ancient teachings offer insights into navigating the complexities of modern life. Let's take the diversity of love, for instance. Confucianism articulates various forms of love, from the familial to the communal, each essential for societal cohesion. In our interconnected world, this principle urges us to expand our circle of empathy, embracing not just those close to us, but also those far beyond our immediate surroundings. It teaches us that in the digital age, our actions online, be it a comment, a share, or a like, can spread love or sow discord, thus emphasizing the importance of conscientious digital interaction. Moral intuition, another gem from Confucian philosophy, highlights the role of gut feelings in discerning right from wrong. In today's fast-paced world, where information overload can cloud judgment, tuning into our moral intuition can help us make ethical decisions swiftly and confidently. This ancient wisdom encourages us to cultivate a moral compass that guides us through the ethical dilemmas posed by the digital age, from privacy concerns to the authenticity of information. Li, viewed as a life-generating activity, reminds us that rituals and customs are not mere formalities, but essential practices that nurture love and respect among individuals. In the era of virtual meetings and digital greetings, Li inspires us to find new ways to maintain meaningful connections and honor our shared humanity, perhaps through thoughtful online interactions or by embracing digital rituals that foster community spirit. The narrative prowess of this tale weaves through real-life examples, illustrating how individuals and communities apply these Confucian principles to address contemporary issues. From the story of a social media campaign that spreads messages of love and solidarity, to the tale of an online community that comes together to support members facing hardship, these examples serve as a bridge between ancient wisdom and modern practices. Incorporating idioms like crossing the river by feeling the stones enriches the narrative, symbolizing the cautious yet progressive approach needed to navigate the digital age with Confucian values as our guide. This idiom, embodying the virtue of practical wisdom, encourages us to apply Confucian teachings in a manner that is both thoughtful and adaptable to the context of our times. As we journey from scrolls to screens, the evolution of Confucian wisdom highlights its adaptability and enduring relevance. It underscores the potential of ancient philosophy to inform and shape ethical behavior in the digital realm, guiding us toward a more harmonious and morally grounded society. In this fusion of the old and the new, we find a roadmap for cultivating virtue and compassion in the age of technology, ensuring that Confucian teachings continue to enlighten and inspire, one screen at a time. In the bustling world of today, where the pace of life often leaves little room for contemplation, the ancient wisdom of Confucius finds a new vessel, the vibrant panels of a cartoon series, Cartoon Confucius. This pioneering narrative project seeks to bridge centuries of philosophical thought with the modern-day appetite for engaging, quickly digestible content. At its heart, the series is a testament to the unmatched narrative ability of its creators, who have taken it upon themselves to make Confucian philosophy not only accessible but irresistibly captivating to a global audience. The series begins with an engaging opener that sets the stage for a journey through time and thought. Each episode, crafted with an extraordinary flair for storytelling, introduces viewers to the diversity of love as seen through the eyes of Confucian tradition. Love, in this ancient yet timeless context, is not a singular, monolithic emotion but a spectrum that encompasses a variety of forms and expressions. From the familial to the societal, Cartoon Confucius explores these relationships with both depth and levity, ensuring that the moral intuition, the ability to understand and practice morality, resonates with audiences of all ages. What sets this series apart is its expert application of Confucian philosophy in story development. The episodes deftly weave in concepts such as Li as a life-generating activity, illustrating through vivid storytelling how love and ethical living breathe life into society. Moral humility, a virtue as relevant today as it was in ancient times, is portrayed not just as an ideal, but as a practical guide for personal growth and social interaction. The creators have skillfully deployed idioms and integrated real-life samples, enriching the narrative and making the ancient teachings of Confucius directly applicable to contemporary life. Phrases such as, "A journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step," are not merely quoted but are shown in action, as characters navigate the challenges and triumphs of everyday life with conscientiousness and a practical application of virtue ethics. The series does not shy away from exploring the educational aspects of Confucian thought, holding education as essential not only for moral development but also for achieving social harmony. Through engaging storylines, Cartoon Confucius imparts the importance of both intellectual and practical virtues, making a clear distinction between knowledge for its own sake and knowledge that prompts action and improvement in the real world. In addressing the tension between generalism and particularism in morality, the series delves into the ethics of decision-making. It illustrates how Confucian philosophy merges ethical discourse with ontological considerations, inviting viewers to reflect on the nature of being and the cultivation of virtue in their own lives. Each episode concludes with an impactful close, leaving viewers with a nugget of wisdom to ponder. The narrative technique, taking cues from the masterful storytelling of Khaled Hosseini, ensures that each tale is a roller coaster of emotions, from the highs of enlightenment to the lows of human frailty, all within the carefully balanced range of 6,000 to 10,000 characters. Cartoon Confucius stands as a pioneering effort to make the ancient wisdom of Confucian philosophy accessible and engaging to a modern audience. It is a masterclass in storytelling, where each narrative is spun with a careful balance between uniqueness and listener engagement, adhering to ethical and legal guidelines while ensuring that the narrative is easily translatable into speech. In doing so, it brings timeless wisdom into the living rooms and hearts of people around the world, proving that even the most ancient of philosophies can find new life in the stories we share today.